waited a tiny little section, but...
First we went to the wrong one.
In part 3, we continued down the Grayson River and crossed the large Arrow Lake before rounding the bend of Grayson Lake. On day 4, the goal was to cross the incredibly huge Whitewater Lake, which can be known for its challenging waves and wind.
Yeah. A little more left.
Okay, so look for the...
I think it could be right through there.
Yeah, look where that rock is. Yeah, there's the cairn.
Yeah.
Rocked up.
Yeah. Woo! There's a log. I think we'll be fine.
Give us some trying here.
Yeah. Wow. This is rock here.
No, I just poured.
Stay, wait.
Okay, so it says you could either portage or line in high water. So I am just walking the shoreline here to see if it stays sandy and if there's a way for a canoe to get through, or if it continues to be muck. It does not look... Oh, I can get through to here. You're still on the trail? So do you think it might be easier to just unload at the start and just...
Oh, could you get the boat right here?
I could, yeah.
Why don't you just roll it?
Go see Kate. Go see Kate. No. Come this way, Rook. Come on. Yeah, good boy. Go around. Go see Kate. So we're on the second part of this portage. It said portage or wade in high water. I waded a tiny little section, but then it just wasn't worth it to take everything out, put it back in, take it back out. So we just rode the shoreline, and we just got everything out now, and so we kind of just combined the two portages into one. But as Kate and I pass on the portage, I always tell her, or she always tells me, what there is left, so that nothing gets left behind. Hey, where's this? Yeah, just a good note. And I'll show you some of the trail now. Fairly typical. Actually, this is a little nicer. I still don't know if like the last landscape we went through was a burn, or if it was just a different type of rocky barren landscape. This is probably one of the nicer, clearer portages. They're all just rugged. But it's just a different type of travel, right? And it's lots of fun. And you're able to accomplish a lot. And I'm loving it.
We just finished the 200 or 250 meter portage around some rapids coming from our site. And then we entered through this lake right here, and it's super, super shallow. And it's really hard to see the portage because you can start to see like lots of rocks and stuff. And you think like there must be a portage, but there's not. It looks all overgrown over there. So you can see Graeme. He's gonna kind of come up the path that we see. Come here, Rook. It's just Graeme. But here, so you kind of go around the edge, and then there was like a marking on the tree to come up this way.
Mind if I go in front?
No, go ahead. We got the Karen telling us to stay on this path.
That way.
Yeah. Good job. Coming up at the end of the portage, I believe, or close to it. Beautiful. Alright, so there's rocks. Lots of rocks. Like, slow down. What about straight this way?
What's that? You can navigate it?
Yeah, try. Go, just go very slow. Hold on. We're heavy.
Yeah.
We continued to search for the 65-meter portage for another 35 minutes. After I took us down the wrong path and Kate ended up in chest-deep muck, I bushwhacked to the end to find the entrance while Kate solo paddled to where I was yelling from. This seemed to be the theme for the day as we found it challenging to find portage markings and entry points. After lunch, we were happy to be done with portaging and gladly paddled our way across the headwinds of Errol and Grayson lakes. My phone randomly stopped working, so I couldn't connect our inReach to see our exact location. After I had a mini meltdown, we depended on our maps and landmarks to make our way to the site. This was a blessing in disguise, and I rarely used the Garmin for the rest of the trip.
Day 3, Site 3. This gem is found halfway down the bottleneck that leads into Grayson Lake. Very windy on the other point. This point has not been windy at all. It's kind of sheltered just because the way the wind's going. Have a nice little bay. We walk up, nice little path here. Not much shade, but that's okay. We know what it's like to be soaking wet all day. We got the old boat tied up there for now. We'll get it on shore later. Doing a little drying out. Water filter. And the tent. Yeah, if you need more than one tent pad, you could maybe squeeze 2 in here. Be pretty tight though. What you got cooking here, Cater?
We got some jerky ramen with a peanut butter and soy sauce.
Early morning pack up. Beautiful day coming through here. Calm water. Seems like Rook had a good sleep. He's feeling fresh. Kate's making oatmeal, unpacked a bunch of stuff. My phone is working somehow. Don't know how that worked, but very grateful. And then I'm just going over to set up the tent, or clean up the tent area.
As we packed up our site, we realized how fortunate we were to have such a calm day on the water, as crossing Whitewater Lake had been in the back of our minds all night. The wind and waves can be unpredictable, and it's not uncommon to be windbound for long periods of time. We had some difficult portages today to overcome before tackling the big water crossing.
Wow, that was a short trip. Usually you're the one carrying all this stuff down to me. He's like, I'll take one of those. Yep. Got it?
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Go very carefully.
Yeah.
Dangerously.
Yeah. Gotta straddle these two logs. Hopefully they don't snap again. Okay. I'm gonna just bring it to my knees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you, brother-in-law Ryan Chambers, for these work gloves. They've been a savior on the portages just because as you're walking through the bramble, etc., they really cut up your hands and give you unnecessary cuts. So thanks for the gloves, Ryan.
So we just got to one of our portages, and I found first we went to the wrong one, and there was a moose or a caribou antler. And then on this portage, it looks like someone has taken out these pieces specifically. And we have 2 sets of bones. Take a look.
We just took the first load on this portage. It's labeled 250 hard. And as you can see, this stretch is not great, but it's not too bad right here. Then you come around the corner after helping yourself to some fresh raspberries. You have to traverse the trees, but also do so with gear on. So on the other side there was a tree, but Kate was able to get up and over. Quite the portage, but could be worse. Please no boulder field, please no boulder field, please just be a straightaway. Please no boulder field, please no boulder field, please just be a straightaway. Alright, so we just finished lunch at the site labeled World Class. Usually you want to hit a lake like this early in the morning or late in the evening. But I was able to actually check the weather on the Garmin, and it said 3 to 6 kilometer-hour gusts. Obviously it's going to be more on the big lake, but tomorrow morning it's supposed to be 18 to something kilometers an hour. Coming from the other direction, which is where we would be going. So the wind's not going to be with us, but it's not going to be hopefully horribly against us, but we will see. We're coming to the mouth of it in a few minutes. Coming out to the islands on the north side of Whitewater Lake, and we are just taking a peek across. How's it looking, Kate?
It looks okay. I don't see white yet.
That's good. We'll have to see for ourselves shortly. So as you can see, look, the water right now is so calm, and we are on like it's got to be one of the bigger, if not the biggest. No, there's a few really big lakes, but it is a massive lake. Whitewater Lake is huge, and as you can see, like as I'm paddling here, like it is so absolutely calm, and we're just loving it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Meek Mill and A Boogie with Da Hoodie. What even is that?
I'm so glad I'm recording right now. And I'm sure you love the background Taylor Swift. We haven't listened to music at all on the trip, but Kate was feeling the T Swift for this little crossing right now, and I think it's been helping. We're making really good time today, for once.
We were overjoyed with the weather conditions and soaked up every second of it. The crossing is 2.5 to 3 kilometers long and took us just under an hour. We used the various dotted islands along the western coast as markers and eventually pulled up to our soon-to-be site near the mouth of the Ogoki River. We were glad to be able to cut straight across, and it greatly reduced our time. From now on, we would be heading upstream for the rest of the trip.
Okay, here you go.
Kingdom come. All right, so end of paddling for day 4. We went about 15 kilometers. We went from the site at the base of Grayson Lake, and then we kind of just paddled. We had some, again, just even though the portages are short, just like we're navigationally, we're still getting used to what all that means. So we, stop, unload, start going, no path, and then rinse, repeat. So even though they're short portages, they take up a lot of our time. We are at our site now, and it is really nice. We're at the bottom, so the south end of Whitewater Lake, and it was just so calm and peaceful on the lake, and we were pumped. But we're gonna go swimming. We've got pretty much everything set up, and man, doesn't nice weather just make everything better? Are you ready to go for a swim, Rook? What do you think, bud? Ready for a swim, Cater?
Swim o'clock.
Yeah, come.
Wow! Good boy! Hi! Good boy!
Wow, the scratching. Oh, he's so funny. Nice one. All right, rare occurrence on the canoe trip. I always bring my hammock and then think to myself, why did I bring this hammock? I never use it. Maybe once a trip, and today might be that day. This is my ultralight Uber mesh high elite hammock. Just kidding, it's the Chillax brand from Costco, and I'm really excited to hop in this hammock right about now. This is nice. This is so comfy. Chillax. Thank you, Costco. The snack time is presented to you by Noah Martin and his dehydrator. So we got some beef jerky. Rook likes that too. We got some pineapple and peach mix. Pretty good. Thanks, Noah. We miss you out here. Noah's a legend. Noah's our roommate and our best friend. He's not here with us, but we're going on a trip with him later this year.
Noah is one of my best friends.
What?
Noah is one of my best friends.
Yeah, he is. So we miss him. He would be really helpful on this trip because he's so calm and cool and collected. You're never gonna work for a treat after this trip ever again. Come get it.